Mr. Agnew.
Well, we're talking about the complications of budgetary control on rural development schemes, and I was actually very interested to hear what Mr. Jahr had to say. Yes, he did speak at length, but Mr. Jahr is a German MEP, and if German farmers are struggling with this, and Germany, as we know, is the powerhouse and the driving force, etc., of the European Union, if they've got problems, then there really is a problem. Now, we were surprised in the recent referendum in Britain about Brexit, how many farmers actually voted to leave the European Union. And one of the reasons given for this, Chairman, I wonder if you could shut that lot up over there. It's very distracting. Mr. Dess in particular. Who's going to shut him up? Somebody has. Thank you very much. I was talking about the Brexit vote in Britain. Oh, they've started up again. Thank you. And a lot of farmers voted to leave the European Union. One of the reasons given for this was the huge complexity in trying to get through the web of paperwork to claim money out of the Pillar 2. And they are well aware that the funding ratio and balance has changed, and that we're losing money from Pillar 1, which a farmer can claim in a fairly straightforward way, to Pillar 2, to schemes where he's struggling to claim the money. So that's the farmer's perspective from this. But what about the British taxpayer? The British taxpayer who is funding this, twice as much money comes from the British taxpayer as comes back to the farmers for these schemes. And they obviously want proper budgetary control. And I can understand that. But where is this money likely to end up now? If British farmers feel they can't claim it, I can see a wonderful opportunity for the European Union here to put more money from Pillar 1 into Pillar 2 and to use that Pillar 2 money to house migrants from North Africa and Middle East who've arrived recently in Germany and other countries. And I would really challenge the other MEPs in here and the Commission to say that this definitely isn't going to happen. Because when I just suggested that in front of the Commissioner a few weeks ago, he didn't actually reject it or refuse it, Albert. But I noticed that earlier on in the vote you saw the difference between those two words. So please, I invite comments on what I've had to say about Pillar 2 money being used to establish and house recent migrants in rural areas in European countries. Thank you.
Dziękuję za bardzo ciekawy głos.
Thank you very much for this very interesting comment, but let me say that the presence in the Union is not only contributing and benefiting from the budget, but there are also other benefits, such as benefits following from the common market. And those countries that contribute more have a better financial infrastructure, are better developed, can benefit more from the common market. And there are analyses that suggests that those greater contributions also bring a lot of benefits. So this should be seen more broadly. It might be a good idea to have such a broader analysis so that everybody can see that. How you benefit from being part of the Union, irrespective of how much you contribute. Well, of course, those that will develop will use less funds. I would like for Poland to use less and less EU funds so that we become so developed that we will not qualify for more funds, because that's the idea. We want to for all countries to have similar level of development. Mr. Robert.
Mr. Flanagan.
Thank you very much. Just a point there that the Chairman made in response to MEP Agnew about the benefits of the common market. I agree there are many benefits in the common market, and I like the concept of a common market, but the problem is when you get that common market and you're wrapping in a flag and you put a song along with it, and you take the budget powers away from a country, it's no longer a common market, it's a country, and we didn't bloody well sign up to that. I know you tried to ram it down our throats on several occasions when we voted against it in Nice and Lisbon, but that's not what people wanted, and that's why this will fracture and fall apart unless you wake up and listen to people. I don't think that's going to happen.